Hello everyone, good morning. Is my mic working? Is everything working? My voice. How's everyone doing? Happy Friday. It's Friday. Plans for the weekend, anybody? I'm motivated enough to do my physics. Good. Get that motivation up. Get it over with. Then you can have a nice, relaxing weekend. That's how I motivate myself. Atro Kiss. Sis? I'm sorry. Sis? Hello. Evelina, hello. Fabulous Rapture. Good morning. Delanchi, good morning. Hello, JMB Handcrafted. Good morning, Adam. Antonio. Hey, Panda. Yeah, Tim. It's Friday. It's Friday. Hey, Boop. Hello, Boop. Gonna steam plantains for the weekend. Yeah, Sevi, you said you do plantain freelancing. How much for you to deliver 20 plantains steamed tomorrow to San Francisco, please? How much would that be? When can you get that by? Loving the hair tie or bow, whichever it is. Oh, this? Thank you. It's like a hair tie with a bow. So it's both. Lots of C# today. Ah, yes, C#. What's the C# for? This is giving me the extra push to finish today. 4:30 here. Yes, do it. Oh, Tina. Are you called Tina, or is Tina referring to Tina? Either way, I like your name. Yeah, give me an extra push as well. I'm definitely a little bit tired today, but I'm gonna see if I'm still meeting with my friend today, or are we doing... Oh, we're not meeting today. Okay, so I guess I'll be working on the course and probably reading a little bit as like an interleaving kind of thing. All right, let us get started. Let's go. Hello friends, first Pomodoro's finished. How's everyone doing? I was doing the crypto things, blockchain things, not the crypto things. Um, Such an exciting field. Yeah, getting like pretty into it. It's just so interesting. Anyways, how is everybody else doing? Drink water, folks. True. Hey, boop. Yeah. Okay. Have a coffee for me too. I will drink tea for you. Tea. Hello, boop. Hello. Oh no, no, sit on keyboard. Very bad. Okay. Tina busy bidding for my steam plantains. Sabi, do I get a favor? Your steam plantains, that's like... I get a discount, don't I? Since I've been hyping up your steam plantains for the past... How long has it been, Sabi? A year? 6 months? 8 months? I don't even know. I don't even know. When did I start this YouTube channel? I forgot. I feel like a year and some, not 2 years yet, I think. I don't know. Anyways, clearly my brain is like not as functional as it should be. That's why I'm drinking tea. I might have second coffee and go into turbo mode. Turbo mode? What time is it, Panda? If you're in the same time zone as me, 9:33 a.m., pretty early to go into turbo mode. Also, what does turbo mode mean? Is it like laser focused mode, or is it like freak out mode? I think that's the thing about caffeine, isn't it? There's like a fine balance between like the very concentrated mode and the freak out from having too much caffeine mode. You guys know what I mean? Okay, that's fair enough, Hannah. 12:33 on Eastern time. Then I think that's very reasonable to go into turbo mode. Have lunch first though. Coffee makes me a little antsy, so I don't have it as much, which kind of sucks. I love it. You should try L-theanine with coffee. When I used to drink coffee, that helped a lot because I get super jittery when I drink coffee, and I also crash pretty easily. So L-theanine helps. Probably need some coffee too. I accidentally bought decaf tea. Decaf tea? I guess it's okay, right? Decaf tea? Like, do you mean like decaffeinated black tea? Something like that? I think tea doesn't have too much caffeine in it already, right? It gives me like a nice, sound like an addict. It gives me like a nice little boost, you know? And the come down is pretty like gentle. Oh god, I hope that's not taken out of context. Lunches for weekends, real coders eat coffee. Hey, okay, Andre, you eat your coffees. Like you literally, you don't drink your coffee. You know, you eat the coffee beans where you just like literally eat the coffee. Like you put on a plate and you eat it. Everyone should learn plantain steaming. Gonna be the next booming trend. I think the difficult part is that plantains are super expensive. At least like where I am. They're so expensive. Cannot afford plantains. Same with the jitters. The most caffeine I can take is like a cup of matcha. Oh wow, so you must be really, really sensitive. I can do like I usually drink tea for the first few hours up to around 12 or 1. And then I switch over to matcha or just green tea. Because it's like more gentle but satisfies my urge to constantly be consuming liquids. I really like just drinking liquids. The hard part though is because I'm doing fasting until like at least 12 these days, and you can't put any like you can't have milk in your tea. Sometimes I cheat a little bit and put like a little bit of milk because it makes my stomach feel bad if I don't put any milk in it, but that's the hard part for me. But yeah, I'm just constantly drinking stuff. You know what? You take it and then you eat it. Yeah, you just eat it, you know? Like you guys are all soft, says Andre probably. Eat beans, folks. Have you guys ever tried chocolate covered coffee beans? I used to eat those until I could not. withstand the coffee anymore. But yeah, like during my undergrad, I would just eat chocolate covered coffee beans. It's quite good. Oh yeah, somebody wrote that chocolate covered coffee beans are amazing. Does this mean I'm a coder now? Yes, it does mean you're a coder now. Although if you're gonna be a hardcore coder, you have to not have chocolate covered coffee. Just straight out eat the beans, you know. And don't even roast it. Just literally take it from like the cacao plant. Is that what's the coffee? You know what I've always been confused by? Maybe I'm just like the difference between coffee beans and cacao beans. Like chocolate. Are they similar or are they completely different things? Um Oh, they're different. Coffee beans, bright cocoa, and cocoa beans are seeds from cocoa. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, for some reason, I always thought that they were the same, were related to each other in some fashion. But I guess they are not. I stand corrected. We said that at the same time. I also, yeah, like the drinking warm liquids is just like a thing for me. Another thing is I get really cold. Like my extremities get really cold, probably because I have poor circulation, but I really like warm, like hot, what is that called? Like feet baths, hot foot baths. Like just warming my extremities because I just get super cold and then just constantly drinking hot liquids helps a lot. Yeah. Chocolate covered coffee beans before they're nice to eat. Yeah, it's like crunchy. Like the stream, you coffee addicts. Yes, please, like the stream, you addicts. All of you. Thank you, J1. Um, that a thing? Never seen them here. What are we talking about? Oh, you've never seen chocolate cup. You should make it yourself, Andre. Just roast the beans and put them in chocolate. Simple enough. DIY. Oh my god, guys, I need to talk to you about something that it's just like, okay, I don't know. This is gonna sound really weird, but some of you guys may know this that I'm just like have a lot of issues with procrastinating, and I have a lot of methods to try to deal with my procrastination. But one of the things that have always been very difficult for me, it's not work, but it's I can't restrict myself from eating specific things, and that's why like the chocolate part kind of reminds me. Like I have this, I'm like compelled if there's like snacks in my house or like sweet things or chips or something like that, I am compelled to eat it. Like I have to eat all of it at one time. And it's so bad. But you know, I also keep buying because I'm like, oh, like this is, you know, I deserve this. So I'm very interested in like physical products that help with procrastinating and productivity, such as like a timer over here, um, you know, stuff like this over here. So my most recent collection, which is absolutely ridiculous, is there's like it's on Shark Tank. There's like this container that has a lock on it, like a timer and a lock on it. And guys, it works really well. Like you just put your stuff in there so you can't touch it, right? For like a set amount of time, and I just put my snacks in it, and it's seriously like it's freaking magical. Like it's freaking magical. It's so expensive and I cannot justify the price of it at all. But the concept, it psychologically makes so much sense, you know? Like all like with like Atomic Habits about changing your environment, like don't rely on willpower. Just, you know, depend on your habits and also just don't expose yourself to such things. So you don't have to expend your willpower. There's another book, willpower book, I forgot what it's called. But something like willpower is a muscle. Just don't expend as much of it. And this helps like ridiculously much. But let's crowdsource this. We have like 56 seconds to crowdsource. What do you propose is a better way so you don't have to buy a ridiculously expensive box with a timer on it? The only things I can think of is give it to your friend. But then you can coerce your friend where like dig a hole and like hide it. Then it's just like a lot of effort because then you have to take it out again. You're like a squirrel, you know? You have to like remember where it was and you have to take it back again. See, this is exactly why I don't. But then I always want to buy snacks. I'm like not gonna buy snacks, not gonna buy snacks. Like snack. Same issue, Tina. I'm hoping fasting will help this. It does help because you have more willpower in the beginning of the day, but that doesn't prevent you from eating like 3 bags of chips later at night. But I think it does help. I can't not buy snacks, Andre. I keep buying chips and chocolate because I crave them random times. What's your like go-to snack? For me, it's just chips. Like literally, Lay's original chips is like my jam, and also like chocolate and cookies. Like I just cannot control myself at all. Um, you gotta do it. You gotta do masochism to me. No, because like you don't expend your willpower because it's not like you know that you can't get it, right? And then you're not gonna go and like break it because it's too expensive. Put it in the mailbox as far away uncomfortable as you can. But the mailbox can't fit all my snacks. Tina, that's just chip simp. I'm sure, so I sometimes get my friend to put my food on top of the fridge. We need this focus. Okay, that's actually a good one. So I would just call my hey friend, do you think you can come to my place and put it on the top of the fridge for me? Yeah, like that's it. Buy the smallest $1. But then I'm like, you gotta have value. It's a constant dilemma. Easier to resist snacks in a grocery store than every day around the house. That's true. Pistachios, so expensive. I quite like pistachios as well. But yeah. Let me know if anybody comes up with like a better solution than having a box. Move your little butt. And having a really expensive box with a timer on it. Alright, let's do second Pomodoro. Hello, boop. Okay, let's go. everyone? Second Pomodoro finish. How's everyone doing? I did more of my course and also reviewed script, which I am filming, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I keep forgetting to update my scoreboard. Entertain each other whilst I update my scoreboard. Let's see. Okay, I update my scoreboard. What are we on today? Okay. See how everyone's doing. Curled my hair for the first time in 3,000 years. I've never curled my hair before. Or straightened it. With a curling iron. I've always been too afraid that I will be the person who's gonna burn off all my hair if I try to curl it. How long does it take to curl your hair, by the way? Hello friends. Thank you so much. Looking forward to see y'all next session. Oh, by the way, I make announcement. I'm gonna try not streaming on Saturdays for a while because I feel like I keep canceling them. I should make a community post about this, so that people are aware. I'm just like writing a reminder for myself. I'm gonna forget. I forget everything. I have like zero working memory apparently. Not working. I have zero long-term memory. Especially where maybe I just block it out when it comes to things that I have to do. Let me just do that now. You know what? It'll be fast. Community post. Hello, friends. I'm going to stop live streaming on Saturdays for a while since I've been less consistent than I have hoped. Because Saturday. Okay. I have made the post. Alright, cool. Anyways. ACCA, what's ACCA? Is that accounting? Or is that something different? Let me see. Sorry, let me just post this on Discord as well. Study gang. Post on Discord. Let me see. Does anybody else have like 10 different Discord servers? And then you have to like scroll through them because you don't know where they are? Or is that just a me being disorganized kind of thing? At Study Gang. Okay. That is done. UK version. Check DMs when. Let me just. Oh yeah. Yeah, actually, it's probably not gonna like you consulting in the beginning is perfectly enough. You don't need to do anything extra. Don't take on too many projects that you don't have time for. Seriously, not worth it. Because then you're gonna end up dropping stuff, and I'm gonna get mad at you if you drop it. But like actually though, don't take on more projects than you can do. But we'll keep asking you questions, and you can keep consulting. If you have more free time, then we can talk about what else to do afterwards. Is that cool? It's my suggestion from someone who had a tendency of doing like 3 different research projects at the same time during school and then ended up dropping one and not doing a good job on the other ones. Better just do one thing well. Have the weekend to yourself. Yes, I would appreciate having a weekend to myself. Yeah, I think I really do need Saturday and Sunday to like recuperate, contemplate my existence, things like that. Also think about all my video ideas and which one it is I'm gonna do next. This is my video ideas card deck. Yeah, so that's what I do. I'm gonna do more on my weekends. Yeah, I have like 100, but I use server folders. So there are server folders? I did not know there were server folders. Interesting. Very cool. Okay, I'm glad that you agree, but don't worry, you're not like missing out on anything. We will continue to update and consult you ecstasy. So don't FOMO. What really does help me get a lot done. I started rushing some things, squeeze them into 2 minutes, right? It's like the 2-minute and 5-minute rule. Sorry, it was like a fly. 2-minute rule to get things done and the 5-minute rule to get started. It's like, it works really, really well. Finished studying a bit early in my section, ended up watching a new video on making money via coding. A lot of good info. I am glad. Another one, actually, you and I discussed this as well, and Ibrahim yesterday, that I didn't add in, is like making Discord bots and blockchain stuff. Mostly it's because I think Discord bots are what the cool kids are doing now instead of just listing things on apps. Because the competition is too much. So that's something to consider if you want to make money online. Although the monetization method is not as well thought out. And I think a lot of blockchain stuff right now, blockchain development stuff, there is a lot of money flowing into that. So that's a good thing that you could be considering. Also recently introduced my friend to one of the people I was talking to to do like more data science related freelance jobs. So that one was, they basically have blockchain stuff. They had like a lot of white papers coming out and they wanted to do analysis on the data sets. So that was a cool freelance job as well. There's just a lot happening on the crypto blockchain space. Yeah. The server photos work like Android's app, stacking, drag into each other, then it forms a folder. Oh, interesting. I see. I should do that so I don't have like 50 different servers. Thank you very much, everyone. These helped me so much with motivation lately. Have a great weekend. Thanks so much for joining. Have a great weekend. Beep, beep. Tina raises hand. Can you use the 2-minute rule for having a bath? Are you trying to save water? You know, my showers actually don't last more than 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, no, like 5 minutes, I would say. My showers don't last more than 5 minutes, but it takes me like 20 minutes just to comb my hair before I take a shower. So yeah, that's the downside. The like non-showery activities of showering takes forever. Same, right? It's just like hair. My hair is also super tangly, so you have to brush it. At least I don't have too much of it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't have too much of it, so I guess it could be worse. Tina, it is New Year in Iran. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Make your New Year's resolutions. Same. Me who takes 1 hour to shower. Really? I would get bored if I took 1 hour to shower, TBH. Yeah, I would get really bored. I'm curious though, for anybody that has watched the recent video about coding for money, things like that, what do you guys think? Like, does that sound actionable to you guys? Because I think just using code and like being some sort of developer, which is coding person or data scientist in general, it's a really, really good leverage if you want to do stuff yourself. Because compared to like business people, things like that, I mean, like it's just so much easier because you can implement a lot of things, and it's like a much more in-demand skill set, I would say. It's just way too many business people trying to run ads. I don't know if I'm offending anyone here, but yeah, I think if you really try to develop like a side hustle or a business using, well, I'm biased, the method that I described, I think is the best. I think there's a lot that can be done. There's actually just so much. A lot of this I stumbled across myself. Where like talking to people, I'm like, wow, that's really smart. I didn't think of that. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. Yours count as too much for me for hair. You mean too long or too many hairs? I think I don't have too many hairs. Prep for a test always takes longer than doing it. Prep for showering. It's just so funny. It's just like gotta prepare for showering. Bye, bye, Bessa. I was shocked, Tina, because I was literally looking into this last week. Combing your hair or oh, okay. I was like, Andre looking into how to comb his hair better. I feel like combs work better but take longer. Oh, I mean, when I mean comb, I mean brush. I use this like detangler kind of thing because my hair is super tangly. That's what if I use a comb, it would literally take forever. Um, it takes more work to get into passive income. Yeah, so that's why my recommended suggestion is try to like double dip a little bit there. Like I think content creation is probably the best foundational way of building passive income, and it's just has so many leads after that. Like you can start taking freelance jobs and stuff if you're looking for faster money. But just starting some sort of content based thing is just super helpful because yes, it takes much longer for it to get started, but once it gets started, there's it's passive income, it builds up, mostly passive income, it builds up, and then you don't have to worry about not having any leads for freelancing and things like that, right? Like I get so many people reaching out to me just asking like, oh, can you do this, can you do that, and then like can we syndicate your content for something else, can you like do tutoring, things like that. There's just a lot of opportunities that come up if you put yourself out there and have some form of content. I like also not to be like, I don't want to be like discouraging because you really don't need to have a huge audience for this. You really don't. Like there's people like my friend like Jake Amaral, Seattle Data Guy, whatever, like they have a larger audience now, but in the beginning they were getting like jobs because it's specialized, right? So like people are trying to find data engineers, people to build their trading bots and stuff. So it's like you can view, I feel like there's okay like a few ways of viewing content creation. I'm going on a rant now. There's people like me who like genuinely just really likes making content, and I really want to make like making the best videos that I can is like the most important thing for me. Then you're like very content focused, and then there's other people who use it as a lead generation, right? Organic lead generation for a business, and that works perfectly well as well. Your focus is not just on like creating the best videos you can possibly create, but more so putting yourself out there and then getting people so you can do contract jobs with. And that can be very lucrative. In fact, it is more lucrative, I think, especially in a technical field. It is more lucrative than making videos from a like pure content perspective, because generally freelancing jobs in coding and technical fields is much more expensive. Like people will pay you to do stuff. Basically, and then if you hone one skill set, you can apply it to so many different companies as well, so it's not like you have to start from scratch on a project every single time. But yeah, another really big benefit is like if you take advantage of globalization that's happening, if you don't live in the US or Canada or like a really expensive place, it works out really well for you because you get, if you're taking clients from the US, from different places, you generally get paid a lot more. You get paid a lot more because they usually take some discount on how much they will pay for, but they go by their own standards, right? So you end up making very good money. Yes. I go watch New Drop Now. Yeah, go watch it. Too long. It is pretty long. I admit it's like 22 minutes because I really wanted to cover everything, I guess. I'm worried about trying to get into the content side of stuff because of saturation. You see, Andre, like, it's I don't think you should view it like that. So first of all, decide, right? Do you want to use it as a lead generation, or do you want to use it as content production, like pure content? If you're talking about doing pure content based stuff, then yes, you have to have a twist on the stuff that you're doing. I think for me, like, my twist is more there's like, you know, the technical stuff, but there's a lot of focus on like learning things and like things like that as well, like almost, and like productivity. So it's like technical perspective of productivity, which in my opinion has not been done as often. But if you're using it to generate just like freelance jobs and things like that, Andre, there's no saturation. Like these jobs are so in demand. Like there are companies trying to get someone to do so many things, like especially web development, data engineering, that kind of stuff. Like we call them, it's like data science is one level higher, right? We usually call like the base things like software engineering and data engineering, things like that. There's so many companies that are looking for this kind of skill set, and you have experience in this, right? So you don't need to make the best videos and get the most views. People are gonna come to you, and like, how many freelance jobs can you potentially take, right? Like for every few videos, like there's enough, basically there's enough on the market that you shouldn't be worried about saturation. Yeah, that's pretty much kind of where I was getting at. That's great advice, Tina. I am glad. I looked into Medium at the beginning of the pandemic because Barbados relies very heavily on tourism. I was worried I might lose mine. Yeah, Andrea. So Medium, yeah, I think you can. It really again depends on what it is that you're looking for. Generally, I always recommend that you build some sort of income on the side and not rely on a single paycheck. You know, just because that's not the best thing to do. If you don't want to do like content based stuff, that's totally fine as well. If your goal is not to start an actual side business and have it keep growing, then you don't need to do that, right? Like, and doing things that are content related is probably not your best choice because you do need to be consistent in that kind of stuff. If you're just gonna take like some freelance jobs, things on the side, that's perfectly fine as well. But yeah, just generally don't rely on a single stream of income because you never know. Like, you know, something's gonna happen, you lose your job, something, you get a pay cut. There's just a lot of stuff that happens. In addition to that, the income that you get from doing business is generally taxed a lot lower because it's not considered personal income tax. And you also only get taxed on profit as opposed to being taxed on revenue. And that makes a pretty big difference. Yeah, especially if you live in a place like where I am right now, which is just really expensive taxes on personal income tax, so, to the point that it's almost not worth it to get a promotion. um, how consistent do you have to be initially though to like start lead generation? That's a good question. So in my opinion, you should be at least having one video a week. And if you actually look back on my channel, I just want to tell you guys, like, just go look at my first two videos, okay? Like, I literally took out a phone after going to the gym and then just rambled. You don't need to make high quality videos as long as you go and too long. Wait, are we talking about my hair? Okay, I'm so confused. Okay, are we talking about my hair or are we talking about lead generation? I think like at least one video a week, but it doesn't need to be like fancy stuff, right? You can just just grab a camera, talk about something. I used to be so nervous on camera. I'm still so nervous on camera. It's better at hiding it now. You know, just talk about things. And over time, quantity is gonna chime. And you know, if you want to start, you're gonna start naturally getting better at the quality side. If you're like videos are like the best thing ever, which is like me, then you're just gonna start like improving over time as well. I think you just dedicate yourself to at least one video a week. Doesn't matter how bad the video is, just must make one video a week, something like that. Did not want it to be a lead to freelance work at first because I wanted more time. I wanted to be passive. Okay, well, if you want it to be passive in itself, there's like I talked about like doing plugins, bots, like things like that would work out better for you, like courses and things like that. Everything is easier if you have some sort of audience. But if you want it to be like super passive, that would be the best way of doing things. Just make a course, like make some sort of thing, and then promote it via ads. That's like the most passive method. Like, yeah, you have to do ads, but that's like click on the ads, right? Like, it's not that much effort to do. with content, if you don't have that much time, it's gonna take a long time to actually build up to it being passive in the first place. Other alternatives that you can do, you can like use your skill set. Okay, maybe this the other thing I've been thinking about is like from a data perspective, you can use your skill set to build out like certain dashboards, like certain analyses to do better investing, things like that. I mean, that in itself is passive, and then I don't know, that's like a non-formed thought actually. But I've been thinking about that. Like using data science to build out more like data-driven approaches to doing investing and things like that could be a very, I think it could be a very interesting, high potential thing to do. Another thing, don't know if there's like 401ks, whatever, like in your country, but there's probably some sort of equivalent. Really learning how the accounting and tax system works or hiring a really good accountant is so helpful in the long run. Like, yeah, you know, I pay my accountant so much money. Like, but it's so much, it's so worth it because the amount of money that they can save you by having the correct infrastructure in place just compounds over time, right? Like for myself, it's a little bit complex because I was cross-border stuff, but just figuring out like how it is that I can design things, like how can I do investments. I'm looking to more like real estate investments right now, but by doing that under a specific company structure, it I save a lot. Like I save a lot of money doing that, and I realize, yeah, like for my personal income, I make like a way more than how much I'm making through like YouTube and content and stuff. But because I'm taxed on profit for my company, while taxed on revenue for my personal income tax, and it's a lot lower for my business, I actually end up making pretty decent money just from doing that. So yeah, I would also like highly recommend understanding the taxation. Anyways, then I wanted to be lead first. Okay, yeah. Thanks for the solid advice. You're welcome. So did you repeat that from the top? What? I'm confused. I only take financial. No, it's not hashtag not financial advice. I forgot to say that. Hashtag not financial. Don't listen to me. I don't know anything. I would downgraded to living in a tent. I would not make videos with myself in it as I'm not pretty. I don't know, bro. I don't know about that. Oh. I mean, you can just, if you're gonna do content, I just think I'm super biased. I think just creating content is such a good foundational thing. The only issue is that you have to be consistent and you have to be fine with not making money for a really long time. I think I said in a video, it took me like 4 to 6 months to actually start making $100 per month, but it was worth it, you know, because it's exponential. Generally, when you look at traditional jobs, it goes like this, you know, like as you get better, you get promoted, go like this. But with with entrepreneurship content stuff, which is part of entrepreneurship, it really goes like that. Like the curve, it becomes exponential. I really started reaping the rewards of my work, I guess, like 4 to 6 months in, and it's just grown much more exponentially, and the amount of opportunities that come about is a lot more as well. I actually recently started a company as well with Ken and a lawyer, and I don't think I mentioned this before. Yeah, we recently started a company, and that completely came out of doing content related stuff. I had no idea this was going to be a thing, but then we realized it was a really good niche to start a company, and then that in itself, we're also trying our best to automate, starting as well. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff. You talk a lot about career. What's the balance you want with your personal life? I mean, for me, I'm always striving for intellectual freedom. That's what I call the ability of doing what I want to do at any point. Like if I want to read, I'm gonna read. You know, if I want to like go travel somewhere, I want to be able to travel and do things not based upon money. I think that's like the most important thing to me, freedom. And you know, the first part of that is segregating your time from your work. That's, I think, the best way of putting it. Because if your time is tied to your work and your income stream, then you will not be able to do that. As opposed to starting a business where at some point you can be making money even though you're not actively working on it, where you could be hiring people to be doing that, even though you're not, yeah, you can be like doing whatever it is that you want to do. So that is what I ultimately want to do, if that makes sense. And at that point, like I would, you know, I would be traveling. I'll be doing that a lot. I'll be taking Boop. Boop, do you want to go to Europe? I don't know if Boop can go to Europe. Um, yeah, and then I want to be like closer to my family. That's another really big one that I want to do. I want to, I mean, ultimate goals, I want to write a book as well, and just doing a lot of like learning a lot of things. I really like learning things. I want to learn about things that I want to learn about, like philosophy, for example, stuff like that. I like how you said for YouTube videos you're better at hiding the nervousness. One video a week does seem like a lot of commitment. Consider trying it someday. That's fair enough. I mean, you can always start writing. Like, writing is probably a lot easier, less barrier of entry. I do want to say though, like writing, you would have to. So Medium is fine. You don't get a lot of money from doing that though. Like you can start doing like ghostwriting and things like that, because in our network of people there are people who focus more on the writing stuff. I think overall writing is less passive in nature, and you generate less income from a foundational basis, but it's very in demand. So if you're looking for freelance positions from writing or ghostwriting, it's very, very helpful to do that. YouTube really pushing the subscriptions. Yeah, I feel like that was really freeform. I hope that kind of makes sense. I was like kind of all over the place, but I hope it kind of makes some sort of sense. Yes. Purposely having kitten on camera to keep yourself distracted from stage fright while recording videos. That does help, but the problem with Boop and Beep Beep is that they purr so loud. It's like literally cannot concentrate. Like the sound gets like into the mic because they're just like purr, so happy, purr. They sit on my lap a lot, which is very cute. Big brain advice. Okay, I'm happy that it was somewhat useful. I feel like I could have organized my thoughts better there, but you know what I mean. I do talk about more in terms of like in the video though. Although maybe if you guys like this video, I could do one that's more passive income based. Like I can think a little bit more about that and actually experiment a little bit more about that as well. From a technical perspective, probably just because that's what I know best. But yeah, this is probably the first video I made that's more like money related, so I don't know if people are actually gonna like it or not. How do you like it or not? Right, Boop? Oh, another thing that I think content is really helpful about is that, okay, think about this way. If you're gonna be learning new things, but what if you learn new things but you get paid for learning new things? You know what I mean? Like if you're making content about the stuff you're learning, not only are you learning it, it helps you stay focused, but you're also creating content and you're going to be making income from you learning it. So that's something that I think is very underrated from creating content. Hashtag gossips. Tina and Ken chance sitting in a tree. Say Ken Chan. I'm pretty sure he's older than you, Andre. So ambitious. I just want to chill. Yeah, chilling is fine too. Then if you're gonna chill, highly recommend that you understand taxes and accounting and how all of that stuff works. Oh, another thing, if you want to chill, go invest in real estate. It's very good form of passive income. Yeah, chilling is fine, but here's the thing, right? Do you want to chill in peace, or do you want to chill in a way that potentially you could lose your job or something could happen? Like I think you should probably chill in a way that you establish a strong foundation so you can really chill and not be paranoid about something going wrong. But that's just my opinion, because like I just noticed how much the economy has been changing, like how many things are happening these days, and whether you choose the path of being a employee, being like an entrepreneur, or doing a combination of both, it's just really important to set the right basis, understand the position that you're choosing, what are the benefits, what are the risks to that, and try to de-risk yourself. Then I think that is when you can like very relaxingly chill. Thanks for the advice for writing. Didn't realize there was such a market. There is a market. I mean, content generation these days it's just really in demand. Another insight perhaps is that a lot of businesses started realizing how important content production is, not just doing sponsorships and advertisement. I obviously depend a lot on sponsorships and advertisement, which, you know, I'm very grateful for. But some of you may have seen like a channel called Recall by Data Aiku where I've done like branded content for. This is also something that a lot of companies have finally realized, that advertising their products through content, like organic content work, is much better lead generation than things like blasting a bunch of ads or like, you know, putting it on the Olympics or something like that. Like, that's a lot of big money going in, but it's untargeted. While content, like, you build up an audience, people who like, boop, you sit on a keyboard, very poor behavior. What was I even saying? I forgot. Yes, but what was it? Okay, basically lots of demand from content as well. So learning the skill set of how to create content is also very in demand. Especially, I want to say, if you are technical as a person and you can create content, there's such a small amount of people who can actually do that thing. I think you're in a really, really good position. Like, there's just a lot of companies come to me and a lot of my friends as well on YouTube because there just really isn't that many people, because technical stuff has a high barrier of entry, right? And then you also doing the content stuff on the side, there's just, yeah, not that many people doing it. Passive income stuff sounds very interesting, especially for young noobs. Hey, I just want to say passive income, it's not like anytime you make money, like, it's not easy, okay? Like, if you're lazy about it, trust me, it's like, it's not gonna work out. It is not easy at all. I mean, think about it. Like, money doesn't, like, you can't just, like, money just doesn't appear suddenly, right? Like, you have to be quite strategic, and you do have to work up front in order to build up these streams. I mean, and then you can chill and stuff, but like, yeah, I just want to put that out there. Would you only have a passive, no full-time employer? Ideally, yes. Like, that's what I am aiming for. I want most of my income to be passive. Yes. Win-win for sure. That was my takeaway from the video. I take such detailed notes and diagrams already. If I just restructured everything, it could be used for teaching material. There you go, right? It's like there's so much stuff that you can be producing content about already as well. So why not double dip? For old people who have been only working a 7 to 4 daily. Is that a thing? 7 to 4? I got 5 years left on my mortgage and I'm gonna be in turbo chill mode. Got lucky the last few years. That is great. Yeah. Thanks for your advice. Yeah, I've worked as AV tech on lots of shows and summits where marketing people, COCIOs, come up with all the ideas to reach out to YouTubers and influencers to market their stuff. Okay, I gotta run. Yeah, I gotta run. It's 11:06. It's past my time, actually. Could someone give me some tortoises? We can continue this conversation another time. Something that I'm personally very interested in. I'm trying to build this company into more than just me on YouTube. I'm trying to build it into a content-based business. So it's something that I've been reading a lot about and just very interested in general. So, and personal finance too. I realize how important that is. But yeah, we can continue this chat some other time. Thank you, tortoises. Thank you, Andre. Thank you, friends. I will see you guys next week. Next week, Tuesday. Have a great Friday and have a great weekend. Bye.